what we gotta do is when they get to 5,000, they're filled up and they stop producing. But what they're doing right now is they're turning diesel into whatever resource is there.
Do you want spot
the mine? No, I'm okay, man. You got it. You're doing fine.
Alright.
You're doing more than fine. You're doing great. You're gonna be a good squad leader. I feel it.
So when you're building these facilities, you got to think like that logistics side. How am I bringing resources in, and then how am I bringing them out? And that's kind of the way that you got to plan this stuff. And what I see the downfall is, like when guys build facilities, is they either don't think about how they're bringing the raw materials in, or they're not thinking about how am I getting my materials out. Back up. I started teaching those guys that are across the street from us, Toxic. I was teaching them how to build facilities as they were building it. And I told them, like, hey, you guys are building right up against the road. Where are your defenses? Oh, we didn't think about that. Okay, cool. Now go a little farther in. Well, hey, you've got a hill right behind you. The partisans can literally jump down the hill and get into your facility. Where are your defenses on top of the hill? Oh, we don't have any. So you got to think about all those things that can happen. Like if you were the enemy, how would you get into your facility and to fuck your day up? You got to think about that, plus the logistics of moving all your stuff. And it all has to be done pretty much day 1, day 2, or day 3. Because if you don't do it then, you're going to get all these other guys building around you, if you're in a popular area like we are, that are going to want to come in and build like right up against you because they want the space too. We know at the end of the day, this facility needs to be 200 meters wide by 300 meters long to do everything that we need. Make the naval works, to make our oil here, to make all the M-subs, bring in the coal, bring in the scrap. All of that had to be done and planned for day 1. When you're building these facilities and you're like, okay, day 1, what do I need? Right? You need beam mats, you need gravel, and all that stuff. What do you do day 1? Well, you want to designate one person to be the person who's going to build the foundations, build the buildings and stuff like that, because no matter what you do, you're going to end up destroying the first buildings that you place down. It doesn't matter how clean it looks day 1. It guarantee you're going to blow up at least the first 3 or 4 buildings that you place, because you're going to be like, later on you're going to be like, oh god, I wish I'd placed that building over here or over there. And if you get some random Joe Schmo who only shows up, once every couple hours or once every couple days to place those buildings down, you can't blow them up without them coming back and actually doing it themselves. But designate one guy to place the blueprints, and everybody else can actually physically do them. So all of these buildings, if you pull out your hammer and hit F, you'll see it's all under my name, right? If I need to move something, I can do it, and I don't have to wait for somebody else to come back and redo it. So the way that I looked at this, and when we land grabbed and we said, okay, we're going to grab all this territory, the way that I looked at this is, okay, we've got the road over there. I know the goons are going to, when they come in and do what you guys are doing today, I have to have an entrance at that road. Cool. So if that's my entrance, where am I going to place all my drop-off resources? I looked over here, I was like, okay, hey, this is the perfect place to do it. Well, once we drop all these resources off, do I really want to drive a train halfway around the base to drop the resources? No, might as well just put them right here, right? So I put everything in a row, everything that needs scrap, I got it copied. So everything, all the buildings that require scrap, I put right here, right? All these buildings all take scrap. And then, if you come over here, the only 2 buildings that take scrap that I placed over here were these 2 buildings. And yes, it's a little bit of a train drive, but not really that far. But the reason I put this MSUP building right here is because right behind here is the MSUP tunnel. If you stand on this tunnel and pull out binoculars and you look to the end of the foundation, exactly the end of the foundation on both the left and right side out there is 85 to 100 meters. going all the way around. And the range of this tunnel is 100 meters. So I know that this right here will hit all of my foundations without having to, make multiple MSUP tunnels. So that's why
multiple MSUP tunnels do help though, because for example, if we were to build another one right here and fill it with MSUPs, then each one would only take half the amount of MSUPs. We can so each MSUP tunnel can only hold 32,000 MSUPs, which is only a problem for the 420s. So sometimes we put down Sometimes we put down 2 for the sole factor of we can have 60,000 MSUPs. And like our facility last war was using 40,000 a day. At the end, 60,000 a day. So you can see why storage would be a problem for us.
So that's why this building is right here, right? Because you can park a truck right here on this line. You can pull your MSUPs out, and then drop them right into this maintenance tunnel without having to go anywhere, without having to move. Now this building is building metal beams. So later on down the line, we're gonna have to make something called pecans, or processed construction material. It's more complicated to make, and you have to, there's like 3 different types of recipes that you can do. One requires components, construction materials, and heavy oil. Well shit, I don't have any heavy oil laying around, right? So there's another recipe that takes metal beams, construction materials, and that's it. And it makes 1 pecan at a time, and it takes like 10 to 15 processed construction materials, or construction materials and metal beams at a time. So again, remember metal beams, advanced construction materials, things like that, they're considered large items. So you can only transport them one at a time when you're carrying them. Even when you put them in the back of these trucks, it considers it one whole item. 20 steps ahead of all the buildings, all the recipe, and how you're going to make it all work together. Did I confuse you guys? Are you guys lost? You guys getting it?
I'd be getting it.
It's a lot, right? Because at the end of the day...
That's easier said than done, man.
Yeah. You never really want to take over a component field because there's no point to doing it other than to just say, I can walk out and get a ton of RMATs whenever I want. Cool. What are you going to do with those? You're just going to go and MPF them. You're going to, build a couple of tanks, but you're not going to be able to upgrade any. So, the top one is always coal, especially for us for the 420s. The start is a lot harder because you have to import all the petrol like you guys have been doing and helping out with. We have to import all that stuff. The second that we hit tier 2, we don't have to import anything. We don't have to go to anybody else's base to grab petrol. We don't have to do it because we can make all of that here. Because if you guys look at these the coke furnaces over here, if you look at the upgrade, the one in the middle called the coal liquefier, if you hover over that, look at what the upgrade gives you. With water and coal, you make regular oil. Well shit, if I've got regular oil, I can just make my own heavy oil and my own petrol by myself. I don't need anybody else. So that's why we like coal. Coal is king.
What about the advanced?
The advanced one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the advanced one, you want, I would say sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. We had 5 advanced ones last war, and it was overkill. Like, I was swimming in heavy oil. I had so much, I was building power plants for other regiments just to dump the heavy oil that we had, because we had so much. And in the other recipe gives you the same. It's regular oil, right? So this war, I might do 1 or 2 of the upgraded liquefiers, the advanced ones, but the rest of them are just going to stay the same regular liquefiers. So yeah, so we're already making assembly 1s and 2s down here. So again, the only thing it requires is like scrap and coke, right? So scrap being the one that gets used the most. That's where it's all done, is right here. So this one's making assembly materials 2, then this one is making assembly material 1s. So essentially, we grab these fuel burritos, and then we park them right here for right now because we can't pipe anything because we don't have pipes unlocked. But once pipes are unlocked, we won't need to do this. So this is actually empty, so I'm going to change the color. But essentially, oh, watch out guys, he's pulling backwards, we're good. But essentially we drop the burritos right here, and then we just refill the buildings with petrol from that. But once we get pipes, we can pipe it all together and not have to worry about it. So we make our own sulfur here with that the coal things. So we've been putting all of our heavy explosive here. We're saving it up so that way when we make an ammunition factory, we can just come here, pull it, and put it straight into the ammunition factory.
Can we do a field trip down to the factory thing?
Yeah, sure. You guys want to go take a look at it?
You can use my truck. I just brought it back.
Yo, is there a train to the refinery?
There is. The scrap train goes down there.
Oh, fantastic. Nice.
Alright, jump in.
Sorry, Kofi. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Alright, so engineering center. So if you guys hit E on here, you can see the kind of the tech tree. So we were talking about those tech mats earlier when you guys were scooping. So you take those to the refinery and you turn them into resources at the refinery. Bring those resources here, and then you make those prototype kits. So these prototype kits, like you see all these Typhoon prototype kits that are in there.
Yeah.
You put those in your inventory, or either in your inventory or in your truck. Fill your truck with B-mats, go to the factory, and you can make all of those prototype kits. If it's a vehicle, let's say it's a tankette, right? You take the prototype kit to a garage, right-click on it, and it only costs 100 B-mats to make. So any prototype kit, doesn't matter if it's a boat, it's a gun, it's a tank, all the prototypes only take B-mats to make. It's next to nothing. So hang on to your prototype kits if you want to make that item, because it's only B-mats to make those.
Can we take one of the prototype kits?
Yeah, you can. I mean, the Typhoon 20s, like, I don't need them for anything, but if you guys want to make them, just go over to the refinery and I'll give you guys B-mats to make shit. Alright. Yeah, I'll just run over there real quick.
Damn.
Okay, here. On the ground, guys.
Or if you want, you can throw them in here and then we can just make another field trip back down there.
We'll need 5 refined materials.
To make the Typhoon?
Yeah. 5 refined materials per one.
Okay, let me throw these.
100 B-mats and 5 refined.
Alright, let's power back into the truck. We'll go back up to the base.
I'll run them. Watch.
Shift it. So hold shift to go faster.
Yep.
There you go.
Hey, when did they get rid of the Charlie shard, by the way?
The what now?
Charlie shard.
I don't know. There, just hold right there. I'll grab some on that.
Okay.
Yep, this building right here. Alright. So, with you guys all have a prototype kit, right?
I think I'm the only one that does.
Okay. So grab that. Oh, okay. Yeah, so just grab B mats and the R mats,
Yeah.
and grab your prototype kit, and then just right click to make it when you're looking at the factory. There you go.
Yeah, I just started production.
Cool.
Of it.
That's all it takes. Ain't nothing.
I can't wait for
I am probably gonna start
rifle.
cranking up some ACs. I just need to remember, I think it was 65 for an AC? Something like that.
Okay. So there's a component mine off to our left, right about here, somewhere. Yeah, there's a component mine right there. Just literally just wait for people to leave and just go sit in front of it and you can fill a whole truck.
Hell yeah. Whoa! I am gonna need to refuel this whenever we get back. It's below a quarter.
Yeah, just go to the small pad. There's diesel cans there.
Is this diesel or petrol?
You can flip between the two.
Yeah, I just did another one early on.
I don't know.
It's all about this right here.
No, because that's used for the salvage mines. Go to the small assembly station.
Oh, gotcha.
You can beat him. You can beat him. Turn hard. Go.
No!
Yeah, these burritos right here are full of diesel. And you are running diesel.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Can we drive around with the RPG Jeep and just mess with Logi?
I would highly advise against it if you were alive.
What you guys do outside of the fact is not my problem.
It's just a tank.